Hey everybody, it's Patrick. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair. Today I thought I would talk about a subject that has come up once or twice in the comments, but it's something that when I started growing my hair out, I didn't give a lot of thought to, which is how long did I want my hair to be when I started growing my hair? Now it's interesting because everybody has a different idea in their head about what long hair means. Long hair to some people could mean just past the ears because they've always had, say, a crew cut. Long hair could mean to the shoulders. Long hair to other guys might mean all the way down your back, as long as you can possibly grow it until it stops growing. All of that is all valid, and really the thing that you would probably say when you say how long should people grow their hair is as long as you want to, right? But when you think about long hair, a lot of things that guys especially don't think about is what does it mean at different lengths for your hair? Now, what do I mean by that? What does it mean at different lengths for your hair? What I'm talking about is how easy it is to keep your hair in that style, what you might need or want to do in terms of work, in terms of any sort of projects you have, in terms of just going outside. Do you need to tie your hair up? Do you need to always keep your hair down? How well will styling products work at the length that you have? Will particular styles even work if you go past a certain length? So that's something that you might want to think about. And while I can't talk about every hair type and every hairstyle in a short video like this, I just wanted to bring up some questions that you might want to think about, especially if you're starting out and wondering how long you want to grow your hair, and figuring out how long that will take. So the first thing is what kind of style do you want, right? You see other guys with long hair, maybe in pictures, maybe in videos, maybe on the street, and you say, oh yeah, that hairstyle would probably work for me. So how long is that? And sometimes I find that, especially for myself, when I first started out growing my hair, and for a lot of other guys who in comments have said, oh, well, I've been growing my hair out for, say, a year or so, and it's still not as long as I thought that I wanted it to be, is that we underestimate how long the hair actually is on guys who have a hairstyle that you want. One of the things is that we tend to think of the shoulders as this kind of breaking point. So shoulder length hair, when you say shoulder length, it seems to be one of those things where you say, oh yeah, you've got long hair at shoulder length hair. And I think most people would agree that shoulder length looks long on most guys, but it doesn't necessarily work out to the style that you want. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is if you have straight hair like me or just a little bit of curl to it, the weight of your hair, when it hits your shoulders, your hair will start to curl up. And if you see my earlier videos, if you look back early 2015, my hair was just curling up a whole lot. It was just hitting the shoulders, and just when it would get to about that length, it would just curl up. So it didn't have enough weight to hold itself down, especially because there were layers there. The other thing is style. So if you've got your hair shoulder length, especially if it's not all one length, it may not all be able to get into, say, a bun if you want that, or a ponytail. You may be able to get sections of your hair, but remember, you have your whole circumference, the whole roundness of your head to get to when you're pulling your hair into a ponytail, into a bun, especially if you're putting it in a bun where you have to put it into a ponytail and then wrap it around itself. You need quite a bit of hair to do that. And so if you're underestimating the amount of hair that you need for something like that, you may then not be prepared, let's say, for how long you need to grow your hair for. Now let's talk about the opposite side of that, which is maybe your hair is a little bit too long for what you want, or the style that you're thinking about might be a little bit too long for what you want. I do see a lot of sentiment from guys saying you should just grow it as long as you possibly can. You should have hair all the way down to your back. You should, try to hit the floor with your hair, which would be an amazing feat if you could manage to do it. I don't think most people's hair can grow that long, but what can you do with hair that long? I've noticed I have hair, let's see, it's down, well down into my chest here. If I went any longer than this, and this is 3 full years of growth, pretty much, I've had one haircut in the whole time, would I be able to do anything with it? Right now, at this length, I can't really control it with, say, styling products. And I used to be able to put in a little bit of gel, a little bit of pomade, a little bit of wax or something, and my hair would just stay wherever I wanted it to. This hair, at this length, anything past, say, my chin length, product doesn't matter. It will kind of weight it down at the top of my head, but that's basically it. The rest of it, the hair is going to do what it wants to do. If I had my hair longer than this length, where I'm at right now, and even at this length, I basically have 3 options for myself. I have ponytail, I have it straight down, and I have a bun. Or braids if I wanted to do that, but my hair doesn't braid very well, and I'm not very good at it. So that's kind of out, but I really don't have a lot of styling options. So be sure that when you get to that length, you can always cut it. I always say it's better to grow it to a length and then cut it, because cutting it is one of those tricks you can only do once. But if I went any longer than this, the bun would probably be out because it would be so heavy. I have a lot of hair, I have very thick hair. And even now, if I put it up on a bun at the top of my head, it's really large. It's a really large mass of hair, and for some guys that looks good. For me, I don't think it does. It's just too big and too heavy. So think about that. How long do you want to get? Well, you don't necessarily want the longest hair that you can get, but you also want to get past a certain length in order to get the weight that you want, in order to get the style that you want, in order to get the control that you want. So that's just a couple of things to think about when you're thinking about how long you want to grow your hair. If you have long hair and you have run into any issues with the particular length that you have, or you haven't gotten to that particular length yet, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from guys who are growing out their hair, their experience, what works for them, what doesn't. I'm here every Tuesday talking about long hair, some other things on my channel as well if you wanted to check those out. If you want to, you can subscribe. Great talking to you today. Talk to you later.